The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself.
You are now tuning in to the Unorthodox Haven podcast.
I don't have the inclination to go out and talk to people and market myself to them and sell myself to them. It's kind of like,
well, you gotta know your strengths and weaknesses.
Yes,
your strength is your product. You know, the marketing part of it is just not a strength for you. But that's why you hire somebody who can.
But my personality is, since I'm not a people person, if I don't do it, I feel like I can't. I know I can do it. So I'm like, I have to do it myself.
Yeah.
I have that mentality. Like, you know what I mean? I can find someone to do it, but, you know what I mean? End of the day, I'd be like, that's how I am. That's how I fell into podcasting and the photography. And even with the camera, like, I picked up the camera the first time, it was because one guy, he just wasn't being reliable. So, once the fact that he wasn't being reliable, I go pick up a camera myself, because you ain't coming through. And the whole goal was only to do it until I found someone else to fill that space.
And then
I just never put the camera down.
Wow.
I picked the camera up just to take pictures of t-shirts. I'm in my crib and trying to take pictures of some old, not old t-shirts, but t-shirts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
how's that coming?
I don't really push, like, so now for me, everything is shifted to strictly more service-based. Like, I don't really do like a lot of products and stuff like that, like a lot of merch. Like, I don't sell like a lot of t-shirts. I still sell them every once in a while, but I don't put. It's an issue. Like, everybody tells me like, yo, but you gotta push your stuff out to the world. You gotta push it out to the world, and I don't. I'm just so much of an introvert. I stay in my bubble. I do what I do. I create. I come back to my computer. I finish creating. I spend time with my daughter. I spend time like trying to digest knowledge or learn something new. Like, I feel like I always have something new to chase. Like, I'll be like, you know, I do photography for a while, so I like indulge myself in that. So I only do like a lot of video stuff. I take a lot of time learning and watching videos and trying stuff, and you know what I mean. I just immerse myself in that world.
See, I'm the opposite. I want to put my hands in everything. Like, I want to touch everything that I possibly can.
I spend too much time. For me, I take too much time to, like, I feel like I have to know about this. So like, when I decide to do podcasts, instead of going to get someone that's more versed in like recording, engineering, and stuff like that, I just figured it out how to do it myself. One, because even if I hire someone, now you can't bullshit me. Like, now we can have a conversation and I can know what you're talking about, and I can make sure that you give me the best product possible, because I have the base knowledge. And that's how I feel. But it's kind of like, it's time consuming. Time is everything. So it's like,
how is it, like, so editing wise, like the podcast versus photos, like, or in videos? Which one is more time consuming, I should say?
Video, hands down.
Really?
Video editing is the most time consuming.
And you're a perfectionist, so.
This is very true. I can't. That's another thing. Like, my man tell me all the time, and my homie, he always tell me, he said, man, it's not on you to judge. He said, it's on everybody else to judge. It's on you to just strictly create. Yeah. So when you create, you can't get stuck. It's like, I just got to be better. You keep judging your own shit and never put it out to the world, because that 50% mark could have been super dope for somebody. And you know what I'm saying? That's one of the issues I have. But I'll hoard my stuff. I'll have it, and I'll be like, damn, it's cool, but I'll fuck with it later. Yeah. And you know what I mean? I put it down and I move to something else. And the next thing you know, it's been 2 weeks, and that later has, like, fuck, I ain't even touch it yet.
Exactly.
So, but, you know, like you said, strength and weaknesses, though. Yeah. I have a strength in just creating. Yeah. And then after that, you know what I mean? I just need a partner to be like, yo, you create, and I'll take the product and go make it work.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even trust them to do that, though.
It depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the person. I think I'm getting better at, when it comes to trust, I think I'm getting better at that. And then plus, it's kind of like, if in the world where I could just create and hand off, that shit would be dope. Like, you know what I mean? And not have to worry about any of the management of the intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have to manage that shit, I can just create it and let it fly. Yeah. As long as I do everything was intact legally. Like, I don't want to take my intellectual property and give it to someone and give them full control, and then they can just take all my royalties or do whatever. Yeah. Like I said, it depends on the person. Yeah. But in a perfect world, I can just hand that shit off and just keep it moving. That should be the move. You know
but I mean, a part of that is what makes your work so great is because you take your time. You know what I mean?
You know what's so crazy? I still don't claim my work is great.
Really?
Being honest, straight up.
Well, you know what? That might be why it's great too. You will never be satisfied.
I just, you know what it is? I think I look at other. It's not even really about the art. It's more about the quality of the art. Mm-hmm. And so, for me, I get stuck there. So it's like I'll look at somewhere like a National Geographic or a photography magazine and look at the type of stuff that's in there, and I look at my stuff. I'm like, I ain't there yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
That's how I feel. But it helps me in a way, and it hinders me in a way, because it's like, all right, because I believe in the whole be confident and with yourself, and you know what I mean, carry yourself to that level so you can get those type of opportunities. But at the same time, it's kind of like I don't want to play myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just being honest with myself. Like, I look at this, kind of like, all right, like, you know what I mean? I still need, but it might be an equipment issue, but whatever it is, I don't connect. But it motivates me to keep it moving.
But you don't say that it's not good enough for fear that someone else doesn't think it's good enough. You just don't feel like it's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck with
nobody. Because for me, it's like, oh gosh, what if nobody buys this? What if nobody, you know what I mean? Yeah, you get stuck it's on so, I like fear. That's one thing I gotta get out of. Because I have so many ideas and so many things I want to do.
You think what hinders you? Like, what fear though?
I don't know.
Fear of what?
I don't know if it's wasting time or if it's like, what if it doesn't pop off? Like, I don't know. But I just don't.
So do you, if, I'll give you an example. Your daughter says, I'm scared. And you say, of what? And she says, I don't know.
I'm going to tell her she must not be scared.
You must not be scared.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like podcasts. I really want to start my YouTube channel, but I just don't. I'm just like.
Just do it.
Yeah.
See, I tell people, like, when it comes to creating stuff, you can create whatever you want. You don't have to release it to the world.
That's true.
Like, you can get in the habit of getting online, uploading your video, and keep it private. And then when you have a couple videos, you can share it with your personal circle, the one that you don't feel is going to judge you that much. But once you start doing it, that's the first step. You know what I mean? After that, then the next hurdle would be actually putting it out, you know what I mean, to the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just do it. Like, you know what I mean? But don't take you doing it as, hey, I'm doing it and I have to put it out. Like,
yeah, that's true. And I think one problem that I have is like, everything needs to be in order. It needs to be in line. Like, I need to have a good camera. I need to, and people record on their phone. You know what I mean? Like, I need to have my setup. You know, like you watch YouTube and they got their room set up all nice. And I'm like, well, I'll get some camera, some mirrors and some pictures and stuff. And they never do. So I'm like, well, it's not set up good enough for me to record.
They say it's fear. You ever heard of the 5-second rule?
No.
So it's this lady, I think her name is Pam something. But she has a concept of the 5-second rule. And the logic behind it is that everything is a choice, right? Mm-hmm. And so usually when we have a decision in front of us to do something, we have an idea to do something. Mm-hmm. So we're like wired to like protect ourselves. And even that plays into our mental. So in order to protect our mind. Good morning. Huh? I think it's fine. Thank you. What's that?
Protecting your mind.
Yeah. So you out of fear to protect yourself, you automatically kick thoughts and reason to why not to do it. It's kind of like, I want to do this, and then you say why you shouldn't do it, and then you'll list off a whole bunch of things that you need to do it.
That's true.
Just to push that shit out because you want it to be as far away as possible.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And it's like a thing within us. It's like we don't realize it.
Yeah, like we make things unattainable.
Like, yeah. So what helped me was this 5-second rule, to where she was like, when you decide to do something, like countdown. It's like a small example. You wake up in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. And you have a problem with getting out of bed in the morning. It's like, fuck, you wake up and you lay there for 30 minutes, and you know what I mean? It's like really hard to like get up and get moving.
Yeah.
So the 5-second rule would be like, all right, I need to get up. 5, 4, 3, do a little countdown and just go.
Just do it.
And just do it. You know what I mean? But you have to like a lot of people have to like count out loud.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Because for real, like you would talk yourself out of like why you shouldn't get out of bed right now. or you'll tell yourself, oh, 5 more minutes ain't that bad, or you know what I mean. All those thoughts are flooding your mind because they want to keep you safe. Like, you know what I mean? Because anything outside of that, what you used to, what you want to do, is uneasy for like a lot of people.
That's true.
So we mentally protect ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within we have that window within the first 5 seconds. Either you can do it or not, and whatever thoughts into your mind within that little gap is going to determine if you do it or not.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So if like, hey, I want to do a YouTube thing, or I want to do podcasting, whatever it is. What do I need? You get the bare bones and just go. I ain't know when I started this shit. Like, and even this is still makeshift.
Right.
Like, I'm supposed to have 2 mics and you know what I mean, all that extra shit like that. But
yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm just like, I'm just gonna get a microphone. I got a computer. And I'm just gonna make it work.
Just do it.
And I just did it. And so, but as I started doing it, it started to become more clear. Like, oh, I can do this, or I can do that, or maybe I shouldn't do this that way, or the microphone was in a different setting, and this audio didn't sound good. So all that time is just ruined me to get better and better and better. Now, you know what I mean? I'm cool. You know what I mean? I got a more solid idea. I didn't know what the concept of I didn't know the name of the podcast was, anything at first.
Wow.
I just was like, I'm gonna do it.